Welcome to NBA Postgame Live with your host, Zach Reagan, and my co-hosts, Carter Watson and Jay Adams. We're here in Toronto just after Sixers-Raptors Game 7, and wow, what a game, Carter.
That was just incredible. It looked like the game was headed to overtime. Tobias Harris hit the shot to tie it with just a little bit of time left on the clock, and then Kawhi Leonard takes one shot, looks like it was off, and then it eventually bounced in, and the Raptors will end up playing the Bucks.
I mean, I think that was just an incredible finish, Jay. What about you?
Yeah, one of the best finishes in NBA history to a playoff game. Definitely Kawhi Leonard with the defining shot. I really thought it was going to overtime, and I honestly thought the Sixers would pull it out that game. They had all the momentum in that game, I felt like. But I guess the Raptors will move on to play the Bucks and hopefully get to the NBA Finals.
Well, enough with the crazy game-winning shots. How do you think the Raptors played overall?
They played, in general, a great series. They started out down 2-1, and then they got their momentum back. They regained the series lead. Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry both played really well. Pascal Siakam, he was an amazing defender for them. And they really were able to, all their big men, Siakam, Ibaka, Gasol, were able to slow down Joel Embiid without double teaming him heavy, which is truly the key to that series when it was over. Not having to leave guys open on the perimeter and still being able to stop Joel Embiid from scoring.
Well, what about the other team in this series, Jay? How do you think the Sixers performed?
They performed pretty well, but it was pretty hard to get some offense going with the Raptors' suffocating defense. Obviously, with Ibaka coming off the bench, Kawhi Leonard, Marc Gasol, Pascal Siakam, they had some amazing defense on that team. And Sixers, they struggled to produce, but with all their superstars and great bench players, they did find some offense.
Well, with the Raptors' electrifying finish, what about this next series? How do you think the Raptors do against the Bucks?
I think that in this series against the Bucks, I think this was the better matchup for them than the Celtics was because, again, we just saw in the last series, they played very well paint defense. They played defense well in general, but especially in the paint, they're not going to give up easy baskets at the rim, which is, I think that'll be demonstrated again, and next, you'll be able to see that Giannis won't be able to score and dominate at the level he did for the majority of the season. And that's how I think that they will actually end up pulling out the series and going on to play the winner of the Western Conference Finals.
Well, what about Kawhi Leonard specifically? He dominated for these entire playoffs. How do you think he'll do against the Bucks?
I think he'll do great, but personally, I do think the Bucks will pull this out, and this will be the end of Toronto's playoff run this season. But Kawhi Leonard is going to do great. He's always going to produce. He's just a great playoff player, great overall player, and he'll be able to hopefully stop Giannis and produce for himself.
All right, that's all we have here, folks. We'll see you at Raptors-Bucks Game 1.